Hi everyone, happy Tuesday. We're starting something new this week. We're actually going to switch our Facebook Live day. We're going to switch our Facebook Live to Tuesdays at 1 o'clock just because why not, right? We figured it's Halloween, it's fun, so why not get off on the right foot? Before we start, I'm going to just remind everyone we're live now every Tuesday at 1 o'clock. And if you haven't already, follow us on Facebook, on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. We're BMW Gallery Norwood. And I know you like to share fun stuff with us.
Yeah, so sorry if you guys were mad at us yesterday when we didn't go on Facebook Live.
Oops.
But you're going to have to kind of get over it because today we have something brand new to show you.
And you're so excited about it.
Yes, because this is a potential car for myself,
Look
actually.
at that.
And that's why we have this one here, because I kind of made this one for me.
What?
At least what I want to buy.
All right, what is it?
This is the brand new 2018 BMW X3 M40i. So we've already gone over the X4 M40i. You've already heard M240 before.
Okay.
This is kind of the upgraded special M version of the X3 that we have now.
Have they ever made an M version of an X3 in the past?
They have not made an X3 M before. However, they will be making one in the future, and they have been testing one.
Okay.
It just hasn't been an official announcement yet.
All right.
As far as performance cars go, this would be the equivalent of your X4 M40 because you get the same powertrain in this one that you do in the M2 and the X4. So you get the N55 turbocharged 6-cylinder 3-liter.
So if everyone would just take a minute, right? We're in our showroom right now, right?
Yep.
So as you can see, I mean, these are our other SAV lineups, and they, like you said, so the X4 is over there.
Yep, we have the Long Beach Blue X4 with the 20-inch rims over there. Thing's beautiful.
And this is the equivalent. It's just a different look.
Exactly.
Correct?
Typical X3 look. You have the standard SAV style, just like the X1 and the X5. Meanwhile, the X4 and the X6 maintain that coupe style roofline. Now, here we are with the X3. Like you've already seen on the 5 Series, you have your active kidney grills at the front,
but
the new redesign.
I was just going to say that.
They're a bit taller and a bit wider.
I think
well as the new headlights, which are LED as standard, and then these are the upgraded ones where you get the very nice angel eyes in hexagonal form.
I think that the front of this car just like looks so bold.
Well, the reason why it looks so bold is because the entire front of the car, they raised up to sit higher. So instead of the roof slanting down very abruptly, like previous versions and like on the X5, it sits a lot higher, so it feels more substantial when you're either looking at it or sitting in it.
So that was the purpose, right? Like it's not just so it looks cool.
They wanted this car to look and feel bigger, but at the same time, if you're looking at the side profile of the car, it actually looks a lot lower, even though they only lowered it a little bit less than 1/4 of an inch.
And if you guys are wondering, in person, it looks so cool, it looks so pretty. And yesterday, Brandon was actually telling me, he's like, it has the power that the X4M has. He's like, it has the style that is just, I mean...
Full-size SAV.
Right, like it's just completely BMW style, but it's not as big as the X5. So if you're looking for that in between,
it fulfills that market need for somebody that doesn't need the size of the X5, but the slanted roof of the X4 just doesn't work for them.
Exactly. Because not everybody likes it, let's be real.
Exactly, and a lot of people really like the size of the X3, especially if you live in the city, or you might only have one kid, or you might even just not have any kids. You might have just a dog.
Or just like the transport stuff, right?
Exactly, and speaking of transporting stuff, the new X3, this is the first BMW ever from the factory that you can order with a trailer hitch from the factory.
Stop.
So it comes fully wired, it's ready to tow, and you're good to go. You don't have to worry about it.
So this is a really good car for those of you who, live an active lifestyle, right? But
and that's
still,
why they call it a sports activity vehicle instead of the sports utility vehicle that everybody usually calls SUVs.
Show me more.
So more on this specific one, we have 21-inch wheels, which are massive for this car. You'll also find those on the M550. You have your side gills, typical BMW Sport-like, different colored side mirrors, but then it's the interior that really changes. We have all new leather. It's called Vernasca leather,
What's the difference?
So it's just a different texture type and a different version. We previously used Dakota leather. Now we have Vernasca. It's a slightly higher quality. This one specifically, you can get ventilated seats in the X3 now, which is brand new. You've never been able to do that before. You have the same head-up display out of the 5 Series. It's 75% bigger. You have a digital gauge cluster. You now have a 12.2-inch center entertainment system with touchscreen, as well as the upgraded iDrive system that you find in the 5 and the 7 and the new X models.
So this is a really luxurious car, is what you're telling me.
They have really decked it out. You also get, you know, your Sensatech dashboard, and for those of you who don't know what Sensatech is, it's BMW's faux leather in a sense, but honestly, it feels pretty real, and they even stitched it.
Look at that.
So it looks very nice.
I mean, you can't even really tell the difference.
Exactly.
You can't.
And this one also, you know, we have our premium sound system still, Harman Kardon. We've been with BMW and Harman Kardon for a very long time. You also have the much larger sunroof that you've never had before.
I'm obsessed.
Huge in this car.
All right, I'm gonna get on top, I think, just so I can see it from. They can see it from above. Will you take this really quick? He's gonna take the phone, guys.
She's on top of the car. We're live.
No. Easy. So just so you guys can kind of get an idea, it's almost the whole roof.
It's huge.
It's huge. And just to go back to the sound system really quick, we were at an event, what was it, last week?
Yeah, we were at an event about 2 weeks ago with an i8, 530e, and an i3.
And so many people, when you see the i8, you're like, okay, that's really cool. But then their second question was, the majority of people, they were like, what is that sound system?
Yep, we had the doors open through the entire event. We were playing music, and everybody kept asking, besides the fact that what is this, and is it a hybrid or not, is, oh my god, what stereo is in that car?
Right.
And we were parked next to a Tesla Model S P100D with like a 22 speaker sound system or something.
It was crazy.
And everybody, they were playing music too, but everybody was asking us what kind of sound system we had.
Tesla guys were asking us what kind of sound system there was.
And again, Harman Kardon does a phenomenal job, especially for the price that it costs, comparative to like Bang & Olufsen and like our Bowers & Wilkins systems that are like over $4,000 when you have $875 here and it's 16 speakers. And it's supposed to be 610 watts, but it definitely sounds a lot better.
And it's such a smooth sound.
Yeah. And then also some of the finer details on the X3. If you look right here, you have like a little X logo. They kind of really went into it. And then even right here, I don't know if you can see it, but they embossed in the metal X3.
So they kind of, it's those little details that you're like, okay, this is special.
And then in the back seat, if you're familiar with BMW, we have our privacy shades, which you can open and close on your own. And then the back seat is slightly bigger as well, so you have more legroom and headroom, and the rear seats will recline too, which is a really nice feature.
How do you recline them?
You have a nice little handle right there.
Oh, look at that, guys.
You also have your own digital control for climate control in the back seat, which is new.
So you had mentioned the hitch. This is where it would be, like right out of the factory, right?
You would see the hitch right here. Pretty much usually where you would go ahead and do the kick to open feature, which typical for BMW. Every single car has it, except for the X5, because the X5 is special and has a special tailgate. Yeah. It's like a clamshell.
Benjamin said that, he said the X3 is nice. I agree. Hi, Benjamin. Thank you for tuning in. We love it, and we love the car. Okay, so please show them the feature that you showed me yesterday.
So I know a lot of other cars have done this before, probably for years, but we've been really waiting for it here at BMW, and it's about time that we have it. So usually, you know how you have that little tonneau cover thing that you have in the trunk that you take out and you leave in your car, in your garage, and you forget about it for 3 years until you give the car back to us. Yeah. And you're like, oh, I forgot it at home. Right. Yeah, that stores underneath now.
Look!
So you can store that underneath, take it right out, and you can put it right back in.
And is this where a spare tire would go? Is this where, what goes under here?
So typically to the X3 you would find nothing under here except for storage space.
Which is good.
However, if you wanted a space saver spare tire, you can get one. Okay. So you would, in doing so, you would lose the storage space for that. For the shield? For the shield, as well as your additional storage space. And you actually get the floor raised by about an inch. Now, some people I know are diehard. They absolutely have to have a spare tire.
Yeah.
But honestly, in today's methods and the way that we do things, you don't need it anymore because all the tires we put on our cars are run flat tires.
I was just going to say that.
Plus, you get 24/7 roadside assistance from BMW, which includes free towing to the dealership, and you get that for 4 years, and you can extend that beyond that if you really were going to keep the car for even longer.
Right, but even if, I mean, let's talk about lease customers, like that's the duration of your lease, essentially.
Exactly.
And plus that, plus
exactly.
some.
So, I mean, if you were going to buy out your lease even after the 3 years, you still have it for another year.
Right. What else?
Also, so from the X3 now, you can fold down the rear seats from back here in the tailgate area or in the second row. So you have these little handles right here on the left and the right side. So if I go ahead and pull those, it's going to fold all the seats down except the passenger seat's a little too far back.
Yeah.
However, you do get a ton of cargo space in here.
I mean,
it's really big.
Will you get in it?
I'm not going to get in that.
Whatever.
I don't want to possibly scratch the paint.
Good point, good point. No, I will say, just this view right here is a testament to how much storage. I mean, all the space in this back seat is usable space.
Oh, absolutely. It's all usable space. Plus, if you wanted to, you get the 60-20, what is it? The 40-20-40.
Yeah.
Or you can do the 60-40 split, or you can just have the pass-through, which is just like the rest of our cars.
Which, it's just up to you. It's whatever works for you.
Exactly. So, I mean, if you're just trying to transport an umbrella for the beach or something, you might only want to put down just the middle part.
Right.
You might not even need to put the seats down at all, honestly.
Right.
We haven't done the fit test on this one yet, like we've done on the 2 Series before.
We should do one soon.
We will have to do that.
So if you guys are interested...
As long as we don't sell out of them.
Good point. How many do we have?
Currently we have 4 X3s, but we only have 1 X3 M40. We will be getting another one soon, though.
So let me ask you this. The X3s that we have, the next generation X3, right? That may not be an X3 M40 like this one. Do they have the same look?
They will have a very similar appearance. You're not going to get the 21-inch rims, though, unless you option for them. But you will have a very nice style and appeal to it. It'll have the same shape. You'll get the same taillights.
That same front look.
Exactly. The only thing, you're not going to get the engine. You're not going to get these cool-looking tailpipes. And you're going to have a slightly different front fascia. But other than that, everything's going to be extremely similar.
So there it is, guys. You've seen it up close and personal. After we finish with this, which is, coming to a close, right? I'm going to post this to our wall so that people can kind of come back and look at it.
Yeah, we definitely want to make sure people can see this and see that we have this. A lot of dealerships are starting to get these. We were one of the first in the New England region, which we're very thankful for, and hopefully we keep getting to be the first for things. Like we've had the Protonic Red i8, we have the Frozen Black i8, and hopefully we're going to get a yellow one soon.
Stop, no way. I think that one thing that makes us really special as a dealership is that we're really excited about the cars that we get. Do you know what I mean? Like for you, it's not necessarily just, oh, we got another X3, and like you love the car.
Yeah, so for us here at the dealership, honestly, it starts to become the normal. Thank you, Epics.
We're live.
Yeah, so for us here at the dealership, a lot of these things become the norm. Like, M3s, M4s. I got 4 of them up there. I mean, I see them every day. But for people like you, it's brand new. You haven't seen it. It might be something you've never experienced before. And honestly, I still really love the car, even though I see it every day. So I can at least still get as excited about it as you can.
Right.
And that's our goal here. We want to be able to make you happy and understand and be excited about the process.
So if you're excited about this video, like it. If you're excited about the dealership, like us on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, and on YouTube at BMW Gallery Norwood. But if you're excited about the product and you feel like this is something that you should have in your life, you know what I mean? Like maybe you have a previous generation X3 where your lease is coming up and you're like, oh, I need to have this one. Or maybe, you're in a sedan and you want to upgrade. Or maybe you're just looking for your first BMW.
Exactly.
Brandon is a really great resource at our dealership, and he's my go-to person whenever I have questions about BMW, so I feel like he should be your person whenever you have questions about it. So with that, so with that said, what's the best way to contact you?
Just come to the dealership or call the dealership and ask for me. If I'm not there, you can leave a message with me, and I will call you back as soon as I get that message, because I definitely want to help you and answer your questions.
He always texts back, guys.
Yes, I think a really good way to close out this video is to actually start the X3.
Inside?
Yes, inside. The finance department, they have their doors closed. It's okay.
All right.
So we're going to start this. We're not going to rev it or anything, but at least you guys will get to hear it.
Yeah. Last but not least, without further ado, should I stand in the back or the front? The back. I was there. Ready, guys? Well, should I say it? You heard it here first. Did you like that?
That's a clever pun.
Yes, you heard it here first, guys.
So, and on that very lovely exhaust note, we're going to end this video. Yeah. So have a good afternoon and the rest of your week. We'll see you next Tuesday.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.